Disney magic. I met two Americans off this ship today. I was walking down by the College of Commerce, a very well-known Art Deco building, and I seen two Americans, and the lady was looking flustered. So I went over and said to her, if you're a bit lost, don't worry. Just ask anybody. The locals will be delighted to help you. And we got talking, and the lady was confident enough in conversation, but the husband was stupid. Now, apart from the fact that he was wearing a red bomber jacket and a cheap cardboard red China-made Stetson, and he had the cowboy boots. This guy was in his 70s, white hair, white moustache, and I drew his attention to the College of Commerce and the fact that it was Art Deco from the 30s, and yes, he said, we have them in America. I said, yeah, but you're knocking them all down. And then he brought up the fact that there was 9 billion people in America, which isn't true, and we needed to get rid of half of them. I told him we could send them to Alaska, but he wasn't talking about getting rid of them to Alaska. And then he told me he was on a private, this is the only ship in, a private cruise ship. And I said, that's great, more power to you. And he said he was going to Portugal, and the poor wife was smiling and nodding. And then he was going down to Tangier. And I said, yes, I used to live over there for 40 years, 35 years. And I said, it's a great place to go. Oh, he said, I've been there before. And I knew when he told me that he was on a private cruise ship, whatever that means. I think it should only have 150 people, clients, if it's a private cruise ship, but this has a bit more. And he told me that he'd been to Morocco before, and he'd stayed with Malcolm Forbes. Oh, I said, yeah. I said, he left a big scandal. The lady had told me she spoke French, so she understood what I was saying. Scandal. And he did. And your man was miffed. And then he told me, and I've gone to Rick's restaurant. So he's come from Malcolm Forbes, of Forbes Publishing, to Rick's restaurant. What a climb down. And I told him that must be interesting. I said, that's the place that does fish and chips, isn't it? Anyway, he told me he was getting the private bus back to the ship. From the City Hall. And more power to him. It was a bit sad, though, that he mentioned Malcolm Forbes, who would have been a man of his generation, certainly. Died a few years ago. Left a huge scandal. Protected by the king and his money, as in the Forbes money. And from Malcolm Forbes, who would probably have been the same as the Duke of York, Prince Andrew, to Rick's Cafe, fish and chips. Actually, he meant Rick's Cafe in Casablanca, which is only a pastiche of nothing much. and plenty of it. Anyway, this is the private cruise he's on. Doesn't look very private to me, given the amount of... now, it's not as big as some of the ships, admittedly. Disney magic. But he was impressed with himself. And unfortunately, he met the wrong man, because there's no prestige in my book in being rich, pretending to be rich, or not being rich at all. Sure, what care I? I don't care one bit. Poor man. Malcolm Forbes to Rick's Plastic Cafe. God help us. I did enjoy meeting his wife though, and she did speak French, because I said bonjour, and she said bonjour mon ami. Quite right too, I'd say. Good afternoon on the 13th of September, on a very sunny day in Cork Cove. This is Cove in Cork. The wealth of nations is with us. You probably never knew that. Now there's a station just up the way, and it is a nice view of the river. But sure, Broadbrook, is it? Or Broadbrook, or any old brook you want. Goodbye.